Good morning. Welcome to our daily vlog of Unsung Heroes of the Bible. My mug today is one of the Saints, the NFL football team in New Orleans. When I lived there, had the privilege of seeing them win a Super Bowl, and they were very important to a city that had been destroyed by Hurricane Katrina. And today I pray for our friends in New Orleans. Well, our unsung hero for today, once again, as we have sometimes, is a group of people. In this case, the tribal leaders who brought offerings at the time of the dedication of the Tabernacle. We have a lot of great leaders in the Bible. These are sort of unnamed folks. This group of men who led by example in giving, not with swords or speeches, but in generous gifts. The 12 tribal leaders played a very crucial role in dedicating the tabernacle. Their story might not be as well known as others, but their faithfulness meant something. They made a unified act of worship. In Numbers chapter 7, first 3 verses, on the day when Moses had finished setting up the tabernacle and had anointed and consecrated it, the chiefs of Israel, heads of their fathers' houses, brought their offerings before the Lord. So after years of in the wilderness, Israel finally had a place of worship, which is called the Tabernacle. And the 12 tribal leaders stepped forward and not out of obligation to but out of dedication to the Lord, gave offerings. Each leader brought offerings symbolizing their tribes, their group's dedication to the Lord. And, you know, true leadership includes generosity. And so these leaders were showing that and leading their various tribes in doing so. What did they bring? Well, in Numbers chapter 7, verse 10 through 17, it says that each of these tribal leaders brought certain things, like they brought silver and gold vessels. That represents purity and value in worship. They brought fine flour and oil, the grain offering signifying provision and thanksgiving. They brought animals for burnt and peace offerings before God, acknowledging sin and celebrating fellowship with God. These various types of offerings they brought. Numbers chapter 7 and verse 84, it says, "This was the dedication offering for the altar on the day when it was anointed. All the oxen for the burnt offerings were 12 bulls. All the oxen for the sacrifice of peace offerings were 24 bulls." What we see here is that each tribe gave the same offering. It really is showing equality in worship here. No one tribe was greater than another. Their gifts were not random. They reflected Israel's relationship with God and His provision and what God had commanded in their sacrifices. So giving to God should be intentional. It should be sacrificial and an act of worship. That's a lesson for us today. There's a beautiful pattern that we find here from these unsung heroes of these leaders of the tribe. Numbers chapter 7, verse 11. The Lord said to Moses, "They shall offer their offerings, one chief each day, for the dedication of the altar." For 12 days straight then, one tribal leader each day would present his offering. It definitely wasn't a rushed process. Sometimes we rush through worship. They didn't rush through worship. They all had a whole day. Each tribe had a moment to express their devotion unto God. The dedication of the altar became a national moment of worship, utilizing the people, all of the people under God's leadership in worship. See, spiritual dedication should not be rushed. It requires time and order and preparation. Sometimes we rush into worship a little too fast without actually thinking it through. This made a lasting impact. These leaders weren't just administrators. They were worship leaders first. Maybe our leaders today could take note of that. Their actions showed that every tribe had its place before God. Nobody was left out. Their generosity had this lasting impact, making it possible for future generations to worship in the tabernacle as well. Numbers chapter 7 and verse 89 says, "And when Moses went into the tent of meeting to speak with the Lord, he heard the voice speaking to him from above the mercy seat." Right after these offerings were given and made, the people heard the voice of God inside the tabernacle, a sign that his presence was among his people. Good worship can cause us to see and feel God's presence. Well, these tribal leaders didn't seek fame, yet their names are recorded in Scripture if you want to go look it up, and they're faithful servants of God. They remind us that generosity and giving in worship, it's not about recognition, it's about honoring the Lord together. What offering will you bring to God today? And I'm just talking about wealth either. Time, devotion, service, these are also offerings to God. May we, like these leaders in Israel, bring our best to the Lord, not out of obligation, but out of love. God bless you. I hope you enjoyed this today. Share it. Subscribe if you haven't already. God bless you. Have a good day.